The person that surprised me the most probably would be Olivia. Olivia Feets. She came in here, with the expectation of getting some work in at first base. She has actually produced a lot more. She's kind of probably been one of our top hitters, not just for average, but also for power. She came in here. She just kind of has that see ball, hit ball attitude, and I think with some fine tuning over the winter, that I think she could become a valuable tool for us next spring.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a lot of freshmen that are going to play a lot for us. Specifically in the outfield, we're pretty much all new in the outfield, with the exception of Maddie Burling. So I think our freshmen coming in, it's kind of who's going to step up, who's going to work the hardest. But overall, I think they've come in with great attitudes. They're putting in effort, and the ones that have been putting in the most effort, have been stepping up for us, and it shows in their play throughout the fall, just progressively getting better each week.
I think we had a few more natural leaders on the team last year who kind of helped out the freshmen. I think some of our incoming sophomores or returning sophomores are still kind of trying to find their footing a little bit as well. They're doing a good job as a group, trying to help out the freshmen coming in. But I think last year you just had some louder voices in the fall. And I think we're finding that. I think some of our sophomores are finding that footing. But I just think that there was a little bit more, on the field coaching, not just us in the dugout. So I just think there was probably a little bit more calming influences last year. So I think the freshmen might have played with a little bit less fear or less nerves, where this year I think we just kind of played a little bit to start off with. I think we started off a little bit nervous, and everyone kind of, it was a quiet team early, just because of the nerves. Nobody really wanted to step up and just kind of be that spokesperson. Which is fine. Everybody has to find their footing, especially freshmen. But I think that's coming along. So I think the biggest difference is just, it's just everyone just kind of didn't see that on-field general, so to say, that can grab everybody and just say, hey, this is what we got to do. This is how we got to handle these big schools that we're playing. And so I think we're just we're getting there, and I think our sophomores did a good job as a group, as a whole, as the fall went on to kind of get that on the field.
Yeah, I think each team every single year is different, motivated differently. I think, this year we've had to break down things a lot more, which is totally fine. It allows us to coach more. The girls ask plenty of questions, which is what we want. We don't want them just, guessing on how to do things. So open communication with that. And I think it's just something that we're finding with this group that we do. We just need to break down whatever it is we're doing, a drill, a certain situation, and kind of talk it out, have some sort of live visual aid with it, like actually go and put it in motion. But I mean, this year, the girls have been learning. They're retaining all the information that we've been giving them, and we see them execute it. Sure, do we have some, moments that we're not? Yeah, but I think any team will. But I think this off season is going to be big for us, just implementing those things that we learned throughout our fall and taking that with us into the off season.
I think this current team is like I said earlier in the last responses, I think they're finding their voices. I think some of these freshmen are actually finding their way and becoming more sure of themselves, a little bit more confident. And I think our sophomores that are here are finding out that they're finding different ways to lead, which maybe they didn't have as a background for them when they first stepped into it. You don't just become a leader. You have to find ways to lead. And I think some of the sophomores are finding different ways, different buttons to push and different things where they can become more valuable to the team as well as leaders. Our key focus for winter is going to be hitting. I believe in our defense. I think our defense is going to be there. I just think hitting is going to be one of the main things because, honestly, we have a lot of people that can get on the field and only 9 spots. So I think a lot of that's going to come down to playing time is going to come down to who can hit. And then from that, we need to put a successful hitting team on the field because I believe our pitching staff's going to be good, but we're also going to have to play some defense and also score some runs. So with that being said, we have to make sure that we become a more consistent hitting team. And I think that's what we're going to look at is being more consistent hitting, because we can hit. We just also can go through some droughts where we don't hit. So we just got to become more consistent.
Yeah, as far as pitching, our off-season workouts have already started actually this past week. And I think the focus really is individual dependent. But really, I mean, everything that we've been working on in the fall as far as accuracy, location, spin work. Typically in the off-season, we break down our pitches a little bit more, just making sure we're getting the right spin, we're locating the pitches right. And then as we progress, we start building up more power, more speed, more conditioning. So our pitchers this week have done great so far, and they know they're going to get worked because they have to carry a heavy load for us.